So we should be nice and warm from our walk. Just taking the kettlebell in our hand and passing it around our body in the orbit. And back the other way, carefully changing hands. Making sure our shoulders are back, stomach is tight, butt is squeezed. Okay, grabbing the bull by the horns, just giving us a couple of halos around one way. 3, and back the other way. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then coming down into a wide stance and squatting down, making sure our butt bends back. And slowly coming up and raising the kettlebell up to our shoulders. And going down again. And then moving the kettlebell over to one side, stretching the inside of our legs. And back to the other side. And again. Okay, just put the kettlebell to one side, doing a hamstring stretch, so front leg is straight, back leg is bent, leaning on the back leg. And lift up your toe. And change sides. And lift up your toe. And moving over to the wall if you need to for support. Pulling up and doing a quad stretch. And taking that same leg and crossing it over your knee and bending down, hanging onto the wall if you need to, making sure you feel that stretch in the back of the hip and into your glutes. Sitting into it deeper if you need. Okay, and the other side. So that's the quad stretch. Now into our glute stretch. Okay, good. And then giving a big shoulder roll. And forwards. And stretch out your back by pulling your arms forward. Stretch out your chest by pulling your arms back. And we're just about ready to begin. Now, if you still want to stretch some extra areas or you're a little bit sore yesterday, make sure you spend extra time stretching those areas. Remembering that if your knees are hurting, you can stretch the muscles around your knee to help with that. Right, so now we've had our initial buzzer. Now we're going to get ready for our first exercise, which is the kettlebell deadlift. So we want to be with our 4 kilo kettlebell, and off we go. So we are feet hip width apart and then tipping at the hip. So we're not bending the knees, our knees are soft. And we've got our shoulders back, and we are just tipping at the hip. Should be feeling it from your butt down to your knee. Tip, and try and do it in time of 1, 2, 1, 2. Keeping that bell in close to your body, not going all the way down to the ground, just sliding down to your knees. Okay, getting ready for our next exercise. It's the two-hand kettlebell swing. So we want to take a wider stance, get ready with the 4-kilo bell, have our shoulders back, stomach tight, butt tight, and then swing. Breathing. Going. That's it. Kettlebell down safely, bending at the knees. And getting ready now for our next exercise, which is our one-arm row. So you'll be on the 2 if you feel ready to move up to the 4 kilos do. We want to have one leg back, one leg forward, and as if we're pulling a lawnmower. Remembering to keep your shoulders back, stomach tight, keep that barrel tight, and then pull back and exercise your back shoulder muscles. Use one arm for balance if you need to. You can put it on your leg or out to the side, wherever's comfortable. Okay, now using the same arm, I want you to go into the one-arm kettlebell swing. So wide stance, using one arm for balance. That's it. Just increase the intensity a bit by carrying on. You still haven't done more than a minute of any exercise. Bending down, making sure our whole body gets in to the exercise. Nearly there. Okay, take a break from this one. Get ready to use the same bell in the other hand. So other foot forward, other foot back, into our lawnmowers with the other side. Off we go. Shoulders back, stomach tight, barrel tight. Shoulders back, stomach tight. Really feeling it in our back. Back is one of the biggest muscles in our body. So when we work out those muscles back there, we're going to burn more calories. Okay, remember we're going straight into our one-arm swing, so taking a wider stance. Really important to keep that barrel tight, otherwise we're just flinging our arms around. So shoulders back, stomach tight, butt tight, and squeeze your butt on the way up. And squeeze, squeeze. Get a rest after this exercise. Maintaining control. by keeping the barrel tight. Nearly there. And put the kettlebell down safely, bending at the knees. Take a rest for a second, grab a drink of water if you need, you've got 10 seconds. Okay, so getting ready to do our one-armed clean and press. So kettlebell starts on the ground. We want to make sure that we're squatting down to pick it up, and we keep it in close to our body, and we pick it up and jerk and lift. Okay, and all the way down. Let go, pick it up again. Keeping an arm out for balance if we need to. Letting go, pick it up. Try and come out of and into that squat again. Just getting that squeeze in your butt. And squeeze. Okay, resetting, getting ready for the other side, shoulders back, stomach tight, butt tight. Off we go. Up. Release and squeeze. Release and squeeze. Up, down. That's it, a couple more. This one's working our whole body. And as soon as you can, you should move up to a higher weight. Because you're only doing a minute. And we finished our big muscle groups. We're going into the halo next. So halo is kettlebell by the horns and just going around our head and really feeling that exercising and loosening in our shoulders. Back the other way. Put the kettlebell down. Getting ready to do our two-arm swing. Keeping our wide stance. Kettlebell with two hands. Shoulders back, stomach tight, butt tight. Go. Bringing that side on. As you can see, my back, my shoulders, everything's aligned. Nothing swinging forward. My eyes aren't following the kettlebell. I'm just looking straight ahead. Putting your whole body into it. Kettlebell down safely, bend at the knees. And now we're going into the orbit. So passing the kettlebell around our body, shoulders are back, stomach is tight. Really make an effort in this one to squeeze your stomach from the inside. Try and keep that part of your body as still as possible. It's just your arms moving around. And back the other way. Shoulders tight, shoulders back, stomach tight, butt tight. Careful with that bell. Our next exercise is our upright row. So our feet are about hip width apart, shoulders are back. Really important that shoulders are back, stomach is tight for this one. Off we go, raising the bell up to our chest, making sure that our elbows don't go above our shoulders. Shoulders back, stomach tight. Okay. Our next exercise is our standing chest press. So we want to grab the two kilo kettlebells. Shoulders back, stomach tight. Butt squeezed, and then just making sure that it's at your chest height, so about nipple height, and just pushing out. We know this one's hard, so it's working your arms, your shoulders, your chest. It won't be long, so it feels easy. You're doing less than a minute, and I know it's going to start to hurt. Just do it slower, making sure your shoulders are back, stomach is tight, and that will help your arms do this movement. You're nearly there, just a few more seconds. It's hard for everyone. Here we go, that's it, and putting the bell on the ground. So next exercise, getting the bigger bell again, we're going to be doing our seated kettlebell rower. You want to be sat down on the ground, a little bit of an angle, just leaning back, and then getting a big row, not just to the side, a big row. Do it slower if you need to get that big row, making sure you're holding your stomach tight and really getting those obliques. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, our next one, we're just going to lie on the ground and put our legs up in the air if you need to. Lean up against the couch and put your legs up against the couch. Just when we're making sure we're activating those bottom things and we're reaching up. Trying to keep our toes up in the air and push that kettlebell up to our toes. Doing it slower if you need to. We're just trying to get all the way up and back down. Fantastic. Getting ready to do our toe tap crunches. And stopping and moving into position to do our plank. Now remember your options. You're going to feel tired first up, so you can drop down to your knees, keeping your stomach tight. But if you can, try and go back up onto your toes. Even if you go down for a bit and come up for a bit. Over time, you'll be able to do it for longer. And we'll be able to measure that through our sessions. So we're halfway through the minute now. If you've held on for this long, that's amazing. Congratulations on getting there. We've got 15 more seconds. 5, and resting to go into our warm-up. So if you're still on the ground from our lying things, just roll over and just stretch up so that you're stretching out that lower back and your stomach. And coming up slowly. Just grab that kettlebell and stand. Just cradle it in your arms and let your body hang. Feel the stretch up your calves, up your hamstrings. Let your head hang. Feels odd to let your head hang, but that will help stretch all the vertebrae through your back and your neck. Slowly coming up, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your shoulders back, pop the kettlebell down, just roll your shoulders. And the other way. Starting with our hamstring stretch again, front leg straight, back leg bent, leaning on the back leg. Hold the stretches for as long as you feel like you want to. Stretch the parts that you feel like you need stretching. Stretch the parts that don't feel like they need stretching. Flexibility is very important, but stretch the bits that do feel like stretching more. So lifting that toe. And then just changing sides, front leg straight, back leg bent, leaning on the back leg. Okay, and toe up. Okay, keeping that one leg back, raising that arm and moving into a hip stretch. And the other side. Okay, and moving over for support if you need, but just pulling into a quad stretch. Really pull that quad. This is going to help your knees. Try and keep your knees close together and just pull. As hard as feels comfortable. As hard as feels a little bit uncomfortable. Taking that same leg and crossing it over the knee. And really sitting down into it. Really feeling that stretch. You can do this one lying down as well. Just by pulling your leg through from the back of the knee. And other side quad stretch. And crossing that same leg over your knee into a glute stretch, stretching through the back of the hip. Okay, and pulling one arm in front of you. And same arm behind. And other arm in front of you. Same arm behind.
Activity completed.
All right, give yourself a pat on the back. Stretch out anything else you feel needs stretching. Back, chest. Stay and do stretches for longer if you need. But you're done. Love you, Mum.